Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to show you how to become a better chess player, so stay tuned. Here that day, I had the white pieces and I was facing a young prodigy at my local chess club. He had the black pieces that day. We were playing some classical chess, 1 hour and 30 minutes per player, so the game was very intense. I hope you will enjoy it, and let's get to the game. I played d4. My opponent responded with d5. I played c4, and we have c6. When I saw this move c6, I was really glad that I'm facing the slow defense. I played knight to c3 and knight to f6. Knight to f3, developing the knights before the bishop. And here he played bishop to f5, which is, I'm going to give this move an inaccuracy mark. Because in this position I was calculating the line. I can take the pawn, and now if he takes the pawn, I just play queen to b3, puts pressure on the b7 and d5 pawn, and now the best defense is to play queen b6, but you just capture the pawn. The pawn is free, and now if he recaptures, you just recapture and you won a pawn. If we go back, let's say in this position, if he recaptures the queen first, you have a zwischenzug. You don't recapture the queen. You play knight takes on f6, and doesn't matter which pawn recaptures, you recapture the queen. If you look at this position closely, white is up a pawn. This is a 1.3 advantage for the white pieces. So in the classical chess, I think white should win this game if both players played correctly. So if we go back, I took the pawn because I was expecting that line, but he surprised me with knight takes d5. And now, when I saw this move, I didn't know what was the right move to play with the white pieces, but here I'm going to show you if any of you guys think about playing e4. This is a mistake because here black has a zwischenzug in knight takes on c3, and you can't capture the bishops because your queen is hanging. So you need to take the knight, and you just lose a pawn. And now this is a much better position for the black pieces. So in this position, I wanted just to stay solid. I want to develop my pieces and castle, so I played e3 here, and he played e6. I was really expecting this move. I was expecting a pin on b4. Now here I didn't want to play bishop to e2 because this square is too passive for bishop, and this f5 bishop really annoyed me because here black has many attacking ideas, maybe knight b4 to c2. So I really wanted to challenge the bishop. Here I think the best approach for the black pieces would be to pin my knight, and if I attack the bishop, he would just go back. I think this was the best approach, but he took my bishop. We have a trade, trades and trades. This move I really expected. He pinned my knight, and both players castles. Now, if you look at this position here, I thought I was a little bit better because I free my position with e4. I took the center, and now here I think the best plan for black pieces would be to exchange knights or to go with the knight back on b6, but he made a second inaccuracy. He played knight to f6. And now you see this annoying bishop. I immediately went for the pin. I pinned the f6 knight. And what's the threat in this position? The threat is to play e5 and he loses a piece if he doesn't play correctly. So he immediately challenged my bishop. I went back, putting pressure on the knight. Here he didn't want to play for g5 because that would be this would be hard to play for him. I had h4 ideas, so he just went back with bishop to e7, proving that this was pointless. So here in this position, I really wanted to improve my pieces. So I went for the rooks. I made some. I wanted to play rooks on F and C file or E and D, but here I choose D file. And now he made a mistake. He played queen to b6. Now I'm going to ask you to pause the video and try to find the right solution for the white pieces. Now, if you found the right solutions, you're winning the game. This move is a mistake because the bishop here on e7 square is undefended. And these two pieces will get forked. I'm going to show you how. You play e5. You challenge the knight. And if the knight jumps anywhere, let's say here or here, let's say you just collect a piece. So that doesn't work. Here he tried knight d5 to defend the bishop with the knight, but you have a zwischenzug in this position. I hope you saw that. You take the knight first. Now your knight is hanging, but also his queen is hanging. And now if he plays, let's say, for example, if he wants to defend, he can't defend the bishop that way, but it's also pointless because you have two attackers against the bishop. And now if he plays queen to d8, for example, to trap your knight, you play knight e7 check. And now if the king, let's say, for example, moves, he loses a queen. So that doesn't work. Yes, here in this position, he really tried... no, sorry. In this position, he tried g5. And we have a zwischenzug. We just take the knight. And if he takes the bishop, we take his bishop. The rook is hanging. He lost a piece. We are completely winning. Okay. But he took with the bishop. He took bishop takes on f6, and I went back to g3, and he developed a knight to d7. I jumped with the knight to the e5 square, and he developed a rook from a to d8. And here I wanted to unpin. I didn't want my queen to be on the same file as his rook. He went back with the bishop. Here I wanted to bust open his king side, so I played h4. I was hoping for takes and take, but if he pushed the pawn, I just take the pawn, so that doesn't work. And if he cements, I have knight g6 and h5 ideas, and this pawn is very weak then. So he took the knight. I took with the bishop, challenged the g7 bishop. He played f6, creating another weakness on e6 square, and I went back. Bishop to g3. He defended his e6 pawn. And here I bust open his king side. In this position, he took with the f pawn. He's got a lot of weaknesses. Here he should have taken with h pawn and tried to free his bishop with f5. This was much better because he had f5 and the threat was f4. But he played f takes on g5. And now I just went for the e5 square, challenged the bishop to e5. He defended with rook to d7, defending the 7th rank. And now look at those dark squares. I jumped with the knight to a4. I wanted to plant my knight on the c5 square to harass the rook. He played queen to b4. I jumped in, attacking the rook, and he moved the rook to f7, putting some pressure on the f2 square. And now I didn't want no counterplay because I was looking at this threat. So here I first wanted to defend now the b2 square, and then we will make some knight ideas. He played bishop to f8, trying to exchange my knight, but this knight is better than his bishop. You need to evaluate the position and the pieces correctly. This knight is much better than his bishop. So I went knight e4, trying to go to f6 and deliver a fork. Here he was, I think he was a little bit desperate. He played b6. The idea is too slow. The idea was to play c5, and he was expecting that I would take and he would take, but that would not happen. I deliver a check, and now if the king goes on a dark square, he gets in the mask of the bishop. He can't go to the light square, so he just he gave me an exchange. I took with the bishop. He played c5, one last trick. Here in this position, I'm going to ask you guys to, you're white, try to find one of the coldest moves played and win the game with the white pieces. Comment in the comments down below, what would you play in this position? If you found the right solution, the best and the coldest move is queen e4. What's the threat here? Let's say, for example, your opponent is careless and he just took the pawn. He's getting checkmated, only move, and this is a nice checkmate. Now I'm going to show you the best resource and the best defense for the black king, which is you need to escape on the light squares. Attack the bishop first. The bishop needs to go back, and now you put the rook on e7 to make room for the king. Queen delivers check. King goes back to e8. Another check. King goes to d7, and you open the d file with d takes on c5. And now king tries to run away, but here you attack the rook, and now the bishop is gone. You can defend the bishop because the queen eyes the light squares. So here g4 is played, and now you take the rook, and here it's interesting that the engine doesn't want to take a piece, because I think it's getting checkmated, and the best line is to run away with the king to b5. And now you don't capture the piece and you go after the king. Queen d3, king a5, you go after the queen. Queen goes to b5 for an exchange, and now b4 check. King goes up the board, and now you go down the board to deliver a nice check. Here it's checkmate because the pawn nicely covers the a5 square, and you make some breathing room for the king. You give a check, and now king goes down the board, and now you're losing a queen. Check. If you go up the board, you're losing queen, so whatever you play, you just pick a queen. King goes up, you deliver a nice check on c6. King goes to c8, you take the pawn, you're threatening mate. Whatever you play, let's say g3, this is a nice checkmate, and yeah, this was the best defensive resource that black had, but it all came down to queen to e4 moment. When this move was played, my opponent resigned. He knew the end is coming, so yeah. I really hope you enjoyed in the game. I'm going to make more chess content for you guys, so you will enjoy. Stay tuned, and we will see you soon with more chess videos to come. Goodbye.